Hello, everybody, and welcome to our Tuesday evening. I'm a little bit darker than normal tonight because of Eskom, but we're still going to go ahead and we will make the most of this and enjoy it. Tonight, I'm talking about protein. We all know that we've got some of the best proteins around, and I was asked to differentiate a little bit between the different proteins, and that forced me to do a bit of homework. So I'm going to share my screen and show you what I've come up with. Just shrink it down. Okay. Right. So protein, what is it and why is it important? The word protein means to come first. So it's the building block. Protein is built from an alphabet of 22 amino acids. 8 of these are considered essential in that the body cannot synthesize them. The designation of non-essential can be misleading because internal synthesis or dietary intake of these amino acids is not always adequate to meet needs under varying circumstances, meaning that, yes, you might have the non-essential amino acids in your body that can create the different proteins that it needs, but not always in the amount that you need, and not always from the diet that you're eating. So the definition of a contingent nutrient is one which is not normally required, but which may become essential or important under certain circumstances. So if your immune system is running low, for instance, you're going to need more vitamin C and zinc. If your immune system is nice and strong and you're operating well, you won't need quite as much. Some items considered non-essentials, not normally synthesized within the body, may be needed or beneficial under some circumstances or in particular individuals. So somebody with diabetes, for instance, might need more of certain amino acids and other nutrients than others who are non-diabetic. So if you're undergoing certain stresses, you might need different nutrients in differing amounts. Non-essential amino acids synthesized within the body can easily become contingent nutrients, meaning that they might be non-essential, but under certain circumstances, they might become essential. As an example, children require more arginine for growth and development than can be internally synthesized. So in other words, they need that either from diet or from supplementation. In today's lifestyle, I would suggest supplementation. Glutamine is a non-essential amino acid and has shown benefit in healing ulcers, reducing alcohol consumption, improving IQ in mentally deficient children, and benefiting epileptic children. I didn't know that, so I found that very interesting. Glutamine is a primary nutrient for the cells that line the small intestine. Other circumstances like stress, pregnancy, or exposure to toxins or pharmaceutical drugs may increase the demands for specific amino acids. So our 8 essential amino acids are, and I hope I get all these words correct, phenylalanine, tryptophan, methionine, valine, leucine, isoleucine, threonine, lysine. Those are the basic 8s. And you will find them in these sort of plants. So your histidine you'll find in things like rice, wheat, legumes, potatoes, cantaloupe. Valine is found in legumes, spinach, broccoli, sesame, and hemp seeds. Tryptophan, oats, spinach, soybeans, sweet potatoes. Phenylalanine, avocado, beans, rice, almonds, seaweed, pumpkin, and spirulina. Now, just as an example, these are the foods that have got the essential amino acids in. If you have a look at that, how many of those foods can you say that you're eating on a daily basis or even on a weekly basis? I know there's a lot in there that I'm not getting, sometimes not even on a monthly basis. So the 14 non-essential amino acids are cysteine, tyrosine, asparagine, glutamine, arginine, histidine, alanine, glycine, serine, proline, aspartic acid, glutamic acid, 4-hydroxyproline, and 5-hydroxylysine. Please don't worry about all the fancy technical terms. This is just to give you an idea. But the only other place that you'll find these big fancy words are in really higher level medical journals, on the back of any of our protein shake tins, and quite possibly in a crossword puzzle as well. And these are an example of some of the foods that are rich in amino acids. When we eat raw plant foods, the amino acids are intact and usable by our bodies. As soon as you start to cook them, you start to lose out some of those amino acids. So protein deficiency. It is a mistake to think that the large intake of protein in the American diet supplies adequate quantities of all 22 amino acids. You think about it, if you're eating a lot of hamburgers or that sort of thing, you might be getting a lot of protein, but you're not getting all the amino acids. And if you don't get all 22 amino acids, you are not getting a proper source of protein. Dr. Jonathan Wright has learned through years of experience that half of all depressed individuals respond to amino acid supplementation. Something as simple as that could lead to depression. He finds that the most common cause of amino acid deficiencies is low stomach acid. Now, if you remember back to some of the previous talks I did, where we saw how important it was that our stomach acid is of optimum levels, because if it's low, you're not going to be able to break down your food and your nutrients in order to get the correct nutrition out of that food. The most frequent reason for deficiency in the United States is the widespread use of antacids. Now, I always mention United States because this is information that I get from Dr. Jim McAfee, who is a clinical nutritionist based in the USA. And USA seems to do more nutritional research or more research than pretty much anywhere else in the world. At the very least, they publish more research than most other places in the world. Protein is simply incapable of digestion without a robust hydrochloric acid production in the stomach. So if your stomach acid is low, you are not even going to be able to break down the protein that you're ingesting. And that then becomes a problem. Nutrient deficiencies can also lead to hydrochloric acid deficiency. Again, go back to some of the previous talks I did about that. Your vitamin B levels are low. You're not going to be able to develop sufficient hydrochloric acid in the stomach. And it all becomes a whole big knock-on effect. Another factor which contributes to protein deficiency is the cooking of foods. Protein is quite sensitive to heat. So if you're cooking foods at high temperatures for a fair amount of time, you're actually destroying the protein that you're getting. So you might think that you're getting protein from your fish or your chicken or your meat, but you've actually cooked it away. So therefore it becomes null and void, and it's actually nothing more than almost carbohydrates, or could actually become a toxin to your body. Digestion of protein requires not only hydrochloric acid, but also enzymes. Cooking of foods destroys the enzymes that are often abundant in raw foods. And if anybody has ever been on a boot camp with Charlie, you will know that he insists on the raw foods first before the cooked foods, because he wants us to get an abundance of the enzymes needed to digest, as he calls it, dead food. Consequently, the pancreas must compensate for the cooking of foods by an increased production of digestive enzymes. The eating of cooked foods and a nutrient-depleted diet can lead to a deterioration in pancreatic function over the course of a lifetime. And if your pancreas is not operating correctly, you are going to be in trouble with a capital T. The cascading consequence of pancreatic failure and amino acid deficiency has serious consequences. And sadly, I see a lot of these in hospital on a very regular basis. Philpott, who is a nutritional scientist, wrote, "It is important to remember that when the pancreas is functioning poorly, in addition to a disordered acid-base balance and the resulting increase of non-usable and sometimes toxic protein particles, known as peptides, circulating in the blood, there is also an accompanying amino acid deficiency. An amino acid deficiency is a very serious problem because the central nervous system, as well as many other biochemical systems within the human body, malfunctions when there is a short supply of these necessary nutrients, the very building blocks of life. Our bodies are an amazing, complex machine. Everything works together for a reason. We don't understand all those reasons, and we can never give our bodies the exact nutrients that it needs in every particular case. So we need to have a wide variety of foods in as raw a form as possible to give our bodies the best fighting chance they can to overcome life in general. How we all survive as long and as well as we do, for me, is a miracle on its own. Now, the digestion of protein. The digestion of protein is a process known as hydrolysis, which is a combination of words called, well, hydro means water, and lysis means to lose. So the body inserts water molecules between each amino acid in the digestive process. When a protein is completely broken down, one has free-form amino acids. The advantage of free-form amino acids is that one can blend the amino acids to create any profile one wishes. If you think about, we mentioned earlier, an alphabet. We've got 26 letters in the alphabet. How many different words can you come up with using those 26 letters? Same way as your 22 amino acids. How many different things can be created, or profiles can be created with those 22 amino acids? If you think of the amino acids as the body's alphabet, well, you can do the maths from there. A protein which is only partially broken down or digested is referred to as a partially hydrolyzed protein. Partially broken down proteins contain not only free-form amino acids, but also dipeptides, which is 2 amino acids joined together, and tripeptides, which is 3 amino acids joined together. Again, don't worry about all these big fancy terms. When medical people start talking, or scientists start talking, they like to create words that generally are only found, as I said, in medical journals and crossword puzzles. So this just gives you a slightly better idea, and I try and put these words into normal English that we can all understand as well. Yogurt, buttermilk, cheese, and aged meats are partially hydrolyzed or pre-digested proteins. A protein which has undergone no digestion is referred to as an intact protein. Intact proteins are the most difficult for the body to break down and use. In other words, you have a steak or a piece of fish or a piece of chicken. That is an intact protein. Your body has to still break it down and use it, and be able to break it down with enzymes and the body and the stomach acids in order to be able to use it to the best of its ability. Heavily cooked intact proteins can be particularly taxing on the pancreas and digestive tract. So think of those steaks that have been well cooked. The best argument for intact protein is that the human digestive tract is designed to obtain amino acids in this way. Which form of protein works best for supplementation? Partially digested protein absorbs better because the digestive tract has special transport for dipeptides and tripeptides. So the more that protein has been pre-digested, the better it will be and more easily digested it will be. Nitrogen retention and recovery from injury is faster with partially digested protein than it is with free-form amino acids. And this is what happens in athletes. Because with an athlete who's working out, whether it's in gym, whether it's in running, whatever sport you're doing or activity you're doing, you are breaking down the muscles and they in turn have to be regenerated and repaired. If you have free-form amino acids, that repair is better and quicker and easier. Dr. Michael Colgan summarizes why partially pre-digested protein is superior. He says when two or more aminos are joined together, they carry information. That information causes physiological responses that do not occur to single informationless aminos. New studies show that dipeptides and tripeptides signal the liver to produce somatomidin C, which is the anabolic growth factor that stimulates muscle growth. Now we're going to get on to our protein shakes. The Neolife protein products are derived from multiple sources. The use of multiple sources is utilized to obtain an optimal quantity of all 22 amino acids, both essential and non-essential. Very few foods in nature have an ideal amino acid balance. Therefore, the intake of a diversity of amino acid sources offers the best chance to obtaining a balanced intake of all amino acids. Neolife utilized the protein content of a whole egg as the blueprint for the establishment of an ideal protein profile. This is where you can see where Neolife always talks about based in nature, in other words, using nature's blueprint backed by science. So they've taken what God created and they've simply used it and put it into an easier form or more readily available form than is found in nature. Neolife utilizes a ProtoGuard process in manufacture of all protein products. And this is unique to Neolife as well. ProtoGuard process was developed specifically by them. This is a low temperature process in which plant-derived enzymes are mixed with the protein raw materials, allowing a partial pre-digestion to take place. So when you mix up a Neolife shake and you drink it down, your body can utilize that protein pretty much instantly. It does not have to first figure out what sort of protein it is, what source it came from, and then start to send in the enzymes to be able to utilize it. The protein is then dried out at body temperature, because if you process a protein at high temperatures, you are destroying that protein. Our bodies are kept at a specific temperature for a specific reason. Therefore, the protein is dried out at body temperature for a specific reason. This process allows a mixture of free-form amino acids, partially digested protein, and intact protein, which is why you can utilize the Neolife shake instantly, as well as your body can keep using it for a good few hours after initial ingestion. Due to the incorporation of pre-digestion technology, some of the products can be calculated to exceed the perfect score of 1.0, and those scores include 1.3 and 1.4, and I'm under correction, but I think Neolife shake is actually in the region of about 1.7. So The Neolife Shake, sorry, my wording is being hidden by pictures over here. That over there. Studies show that higher protein diets help suppress hunger, increase satiety, meaning you feel fuller for longer, and burn fat, thereby promoting weight loss, making it easier to stay on a weight loss program. This is why we use the Neolife Shake as not only part of the breakfast pack, but also part of the weight loss program. It is a rich source of protein with 18 grams per serving. So what I'm doing over here is I'm going to be comparing our 3 different shakes, namely the Neolife Shake, the Nutri Shake, and the Sports Performance Protein. The Neolife Shake also has a proprietary protein blend, which is a scientifically advanced protein blend from soya, milk, caseinates, and whey for superior amino acid profile with a PDCAAS. Don't ask me to tell you what all those letters stand for, but it's protein something or other absorption rate of 1.73. It is a biologically complete protein with all 22 amino acids, including the essential ones. It includes branched chain amino acids, leucine to promote lean muscle retention. It is a rich source of fiber with 5 grams per serving. Again, this makes it an excellent source of protein for diabetics. And it is a proprietary fiber blend from whole food sources to contribute to a satisfying feeling of fullness. And for those who have had Neolife Shake in the past, you will know that even mixed with water, and I know from personal use, you feel full for a good 3 to 4 hours at least, sometimes longer. And that's just with water. If you mix it with milk or yogurt, like I sometimes do, you actually feel fuller for longer. It is formulated with a glycemic edge, or with glycemic edge carbohydrates that provide lasting energy and encourage your body to stay in fat burning mode. Again, the reason behind it for being used with the weight management program, a sports program, or just as a breakfast to enable you to stay fuller for longer and to keep that glycemic index running and to keep your blood sugar levels running at a consistent level for a good few hours. And they come in 3 delicious flavors: berries and cream, rich chocolate, and creamy vanilla. And if you're adventurous, you can actually have a 4th flavor by mixing 2 of these flavors together. I haven't ever gotten as daring as mixing 3, but I will often mix the chocolate and the vanilla, or the chocolate and the sports performance protein, in fact. And there's only 580 kilojoules per serving. There are no artificial colors, flavors, sweeteners, or preservatives added. Some of the things that make your Neolife Shake worry-free: there are no artificial sweeteners. There's no high fructose corn syrup. Oops, that was supposed to be on one line. There are no artificial colors. There are no preservatives. There are no genetically modified ingredients. There are no gluten contributing ingredients. So for people who are gluten intolerant, it's perfectly safe. There's no cholesterol. There are no saturated fats. There are no hydrogenated fats or trans fats. In other words, junk fats. It is 90% lactose free. So people who are generally lactose intolerant could potentially take this. People who are allergic to dairy shouldn't be taking this. Neolife Exclusives is the ProteGuard process, which protects the amino acid and maximizes nutritional value. It is a multi-enzyme blend. It has plant-derived enzymes which improve digestibility. It has a Neoplex concentrate, which is whole food antioxidants, including vitamin C and citrus bioflavonoids, which is basically the same sort of things that you'll find in our flavonoid complex. It has choline and inositol, which are lipotropic factors to support fat utilization and resist fat buildup. So it's very good to maintain that once you've hit your plateau from weight loss, it will maintain the correct balance that you need. It is metabolically balanced, meaning it's an ideal protein, carbohydrate, and fat ratio. It contains essential vitamins and minerals. It is convenient and versatile and mixes easily in water or milk. NutriShake, which overseas is known as NuriShake and was one of our original shakes and is now sort of the children's shake. Why the Neolife NutriShake? Why not just stick with Neolife Shake? It is wholesome nutrition. NutriShake in the mornings provides sustained energy to avoid a mid-morning slump. In the afternoon, it's a nourishing midday or after-school snack to replace high kilojoule sweets and snacks. Each serving provides 10 grams of high-quality protein. So it does contain a little bit less protein than the Neolife Shake, but it's also still a very good source of protein. It is biologically complete with all 22 amino acids involved in human nutrition, which includes the 9 essential amino acids. It is formulated with glycemic edge carbohydrates to provide lasting energy. Not quite as long as the Neolife Shake, but still long enough. It has low allergy potential. It is wheat-free, corn-free, and low lactose. There are no genetically modified ingredients. It also comes in 3 delicious flavors: chocolate, berry, and vanilla. And again, mix and match for that 4th secret flavor. It is convenient and versatile and mixes with milk or juice and or in a smoothie, for instance, for delicious frothy shakes. Doesn't always taste as well with water because I find it very bland. Neolife Exclusives again is a proprietary blend of scientifically advanced protein blend from soya, milk, caseinate, and whey for a superior amino acid profile. Again, the Protocard process, which protects amino acids and maximizes nutritional value. Enzyme blend, which is plant-derived enzymes to support easy digestion. It has a broad spectrum of nutrients, which includes vitamins A and D, the complete B complex vitamins, vitamins C and E, as well as minerals, calcium, and phosphorus. So in my opinion, if somebody says they don't like swallowing tablets, maybe give them some NutriShake to drink instead of trying to force Formula 4 or something down their throat, because they will be getting pretty much everything that they need from the NutriShake, much the same as you would from the Formula 4. Now, the sports performance protein. This is our new kid on the block. It was fairly recently launched, which is now going on about 2 years, 3 years. It is proper nutrition is necessary to maximize our health and wellness. It becomes even more important for the body when athletes and active people are training, competing, or recovering. The right balance of nutrients energizes workouts, supports the body's natural resiliency, optimizes performance, and promotes adaptation in muscle and other tissues in response to training, so you can make the best of your workout. I found that having it a good 42 minutes to an hour before going for a run actually boosts my running quite nicely and makes it a lot easier to keep going and keeps my stamina going much longer as well. Our Neolife Sports Performance Protein plays a significant role as a performance-enhancing product that helps prepare the body for physical activity, workouts, and in maximizing muscle building and repair, giving athletes and active people nutrition to help fuel performance. So you can use it as a recovery shake or a pre-activity shake. For those locals on the call, this young lady over here is Candice Lull. She is a member of our church and a second cousin of my wife. She uses our shakes. She is a professional mountain biker. She's taken part in 2 Olympics so far, and is currently traveling around the world. She has been sponsored by other companies, and I've heard from her personally that she still prefers to use our Neolife products, despite being sponsored by other companies. Sports and a high activity lifestyle can put an increased metabolic demand on your cells. And with an increased metabolic demand, nutritional needs are amplified. I'm going to push through this quickly because I've only got 5 minutes. While physical fitness and mental endurance are important, performance is directly linked to the quality, timing, and quantity of the food fueling the body. Optimized nutrition can give active people and athletes the competitive edge they need to win. Sometimes you just need that little bit more of an edge. Neolife Sports Performance Protein provides high-quality protein, amino acids, vitamins, and minerals in specialized formulas that help the body build stamina, lean muscle mass, and the ability to repair and recover quickly. And I can attest to that one. Muscle Match protein, Muscle Match is a trademark name that Neolife have used, is a protein blend that features an amino acid profile that is optimized to closely match lean muscle and promote maximum muscle building efficiency. Each serving in 250 ml of skim or fat-free milk provides 26 grams of protein, 5.7 grams of branched chain amino acids, including 2.6 grams of leucine for optimal muscle building and retention, and 5.1 grams of glutamine and glutamic acid to support immune strength and the integrity of the digestive tract. So it boosts your immune system as well. It has an exclusive Protogod process that uses low temperature blending to maximize nutritional value and has an excellent PDCAAS value. Metabolically balanced 1-to-1 protein to carbohydrate ratio, which is 26 grams of mix when mixed in skim or fat-free milk. And it is optimized to support sport activity for immediate and sustained energy. It is biologically complete protein with all 22 amino acids, including all the essential ones, and 3 BCAAs from whey and milk, and does not contain soya protein. We've got some top athletes that are using it. Has full spectrum of 25 balanced essential vitamins and minerals with higher amounts of chromium and magnesium to support healthy blood sugar levels and optimal nerve and muscle retention for athletic people. It has proprietary blended honey fruit natural sweeteners system based on honey and fruit juice powders, plus stevia provides an incomparable taste and flavor, and it does not contain added fructose. Neolife Fiber Blend includes both insoluble and insoluble fiber to support a healthy heart and good digestion. It has a glycemic response control technology to help support normal blood sugar levels. And it contains protein-sparing carbohydrates from honey and fruit juice to provide energy while sparing protein for muscle development. And it includes a special enzyme blend, which is plant-derived enzymes to improve digestibility. And that leaves me with 2 minutes over. So in 2 minutes, I hope that covers that explained everything. And if anybody's got any questions, we've got 2 minutes to ask questions. Please unmute yourselves. My apologies for all the big fancy words.
That was great, Sean. A lot to digest.
Yes, pardon the pun.
Yeah. Why? So at least better the athlete things than the normal nutrition Neolife shake then for an
Yes.
athlete.
So it's been developed specifically for athletes because athletes obviously have a much higher need and demand for protein and for the certain nutrients that they've put together over there. They did a lot of research on this before they launched it as well. And
Okay.
most athletes will always
Thanks. I
ask
know
you
you-
about a whey protein, and we can now tell them we have a good whey protein.
Yeah, that's, I know you're doing this because of our, I asked you for my son-in-law and everything, and I want to put this under his face. But all the things you've done there on, is that all written somewhere, Sean, or did you?
Yes, I copied it
Um,
from our website. In fact, from the back office.
Is
It's
that the facts?
it's a little bit more than
Fast
just the
facts?
fast facts. There's
Yeah.
actually a little bit more of a write-up in under resources. That's where I copied it from.
Okay. So on the resource library side.
Yes.
Okay, all right, I'll have a look, because if he don't, because I'm trying to figure out if it's just making him listen or making him read, which is going to be the best thing. Fine, thanks.
Both.
Sorry, I don't want to take over if somebody wants to say something. Go
No.
for it.
Yeah, we're about out of time.
Thank you.
So I will process this and upload it again as usual shortly.
Fabulous, thanks.
Thanks, everybody. Good to see you. all
Thank you
again.
so much.
Thanks, guys.
up. Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Candace.
Well done.
Thank you.
you.
Appreciate it.
Yes.